Hey. We's back, baby. 3-man podcast, missing one. I don't know where this Negro is, but anyway, this is your boy, Sean Wildcat, resident trash talker, resident, Jim Rat. I do my thing. You know what I'm saying? I know I do my thing. And I do not like the women that say they are.
I'm a PhD. Okay.
Y'all don't mess with them. I don't mess with them.
Yes, no.
What's up, Dragon? What's going on, man?
Doing good. And this is Dragon Emperor, your neighborhood crypto enthusiast and active investor. And I am just reviewing some information that is key and living a good life right about now. Things will definitely be much better for us once this presidential election goes by, and how our McDonald's employee was serving up them burgers and fries. So I'll say
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, shoot, man, go ahead on, man. I'll give the floor to you with the crypto news, baby.
Well, speaking about the presidential elections and stuff, let's look into crypto ETFs. Look unlikely to expand beyond Bitcoin and Ether under Kamala Harris. These are what experts are saying. So, several prospective issuers have filed to launch exchange traded funds tracking smaller coins like Ripple, XRP, or Solana, but the trajectory of those applications may lie with American voters. So, crypto ETFs beyond BTC and Ethereum are unlikely to be approved under a Kamala Harris presidency, two ETF experts say. There are applications for ETF tracking Ripple's XRP and Solana, and if Donald Trump wins the U.S. presidential election, their approval odds could improve significantly, the analyst said. Several firms recently began seeking approval to create U.S. exchange-traded funds that track cryptocurrencies beyond the already approved Bitcoin and Ether products. Those applications will probably go nowhere if Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris wins the election in November, according to ETF experts. The approval of spot Bitcoin and Ether ETFs earlier this year was seen as huge wins for the industry after issuers fought for years to introduce such funds. One issuer, Grayscale, even sued the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission to overcome the regulator's rejection and won. Billions of dollars have poured into the new ETF. Since then, issuers have been taking stabs at the next big crypto ETF launch. Hold on 1 second. My screen switched. Okay. Have been taking stabs at the next big crypto ETF launch, with applications currently in process for a fund tracking Ripple XRP token and the native cryptocurrency of the Solana blockchain sold. It won't happen if Harris wins, regardless of the issuer, said Eric Bluchant, senior ETF analyst at Bloomberg Intelligence. This is Bloomberg's intelligence, so we already know how Bloomberg operates. Some industry experts believe that when asset management giant BlackRock joined the race to list Bitcoin and other ETFs, that significantly improved the chances the SEC would approve them, though it's now unclear how a big factor BlackRock actually plays. If former President Donald Trump wins the election, however, there'd be a decent chance for more crypto ETFs, regardless of whether BlackRock joins Bitwise, VanEck, and others want to expand crypto ETFs beyond the Bitcoin and Ethereum Ether, according to Blanchard. Nate Garaci, president of ETF Store, echoes this outlook. It seems highly unlikely that a Harris administration would approve additional spot crypto ETFs, at least not anytime soon after the election, he said. seeing how current President Joe Biden's administration has approached crypto, which Geraci characterized as combative overall, and taking into account Harris' powerful position in that administration, it is fair to assume that the status quo will continue under her leadership, according to Geraci. Trump's odds of winning the election have surged to 62.4%, the highest in months according to prices on the leading prediction market, Polymarket or Polygon. The former president has won support from the crypto community in recent months after taking a favorable stance towards the industry. He appeared at a prominent Bitcoin conference, endorsed a DeFi platform, and visited a Bitcoin bar in New York ever since making crypto support a big part of his campaign. Harris, on the other has been much less vocal about the sector and has only recently unveiled plans to establish a regulatory framework for cryptocurrency and digital assets, which he aimed towards black man. That I'm gonna call it like it is. That's bullshit. Who her campaign noted are more likely to own crypto. However, details on how to support crypto are still scarce. I'm gonna just call out the elephant in the room, and I don't care because I'm gonna voice my opinion. She's just doing that so that way she can go ahead and attempt to try to get our vote. That's not gonna happen. We're not supposed to play suckers for it and anything else like that, especially since the fact where my grandmother definitely did sit up there and wash her greens in a bathtub and everything else like that. Lady, get out of here with that mess. Ain't nobody fix the fall for that. So that is that news, and let me give some updates right now in regards to the SEC appeal looms as Elon Musk and crypto policies drive XRP action. So here's key points. Elon Musk's endorsement of Decon boosts XRP sentiment as Ripple continues to battle the SEC's uncertainties in court. Ripple co-founders 10 million in XRP donation to Kamala Harris, sparking debate over Democrats' approach to crypto regulation. You see how they try to win that in, right? XRP's price outlook hinges on the U.S. presidential election, with potential for breaking above 60% on a Trump victory. So, on Monday,
Well, we know who we want to win, then, don't we?
Exactly. Everything is pointing towards, if we want to stay in a recessive state, we go with the recessive, which would be Kamala. If we want to be advanced and propelled forward, we really do need to go with Trump, because underneath his administration, for those of us that have businesses that are lacking business minded, we made profit because ultimately he's a businessman. Mind you, to be the president of the United States, you need to be a businessman, because ever since 1933, America became a corporation, which means you have to be business minded in order to run it. So knowing the fact that he's business minded, he knows how to run things. Areas, or at least it wouldn't be a major factor moving around and how things are to the state, even to have the presidency. And for my personal business, underneath his reign, I was doing so well. Ever since I got underneath the Biden administration and everything else, I had to take a hiatus.
Been terrible.
Too much other stuff to take care of personally. So I'm gonna call it like it is, and I see where the future lies.
Well, so, I totally agree with you with that. With the whole, it's been a corporation for a while. I mean, when you really look at it, actually, America is two entities. You got the Republic, and then you got the Incorporated States of the United States of America, which is actually just DC.
Yep.
So, we do need a president that's business minded. Kamala's never owned a business. She's just been working in, attorney and senator and all that stuff. It's all good and everything, but what I heard today, I still got to do some more research on it. So this is alleged. when she won the Senate seat, she didn't run against nobody. Like she was placed in like the incumbent position almost. Like there was no Republican running against her. So just like when I went to go vote this past week, I voted on red ticket, except for there were a few Democrats on the ticket that had nobody to run against. They was incumbent in the local election.
I see.
So you check them or not check them, or you write either check their ass or you write somebody in. I had nobody to write in. I was going to write in, goddamn, I don't know shit, Martin Luther King.
Daryl, what's his name? Daryl something. That's the melanated brother that's running on the Republican side. I'll need to figure out what his name is, but that would be the.
Well, shoot, I already voted, and I had nobody to write in, so those ones that was just Democrat and had an incumbent Democrat and nobody else on the ticket, I just voted for him. So I mean, I think that I got to do some more research, but I think that's what happened when she was elected to the Senate. There was nobody else running in her particular district.
Well, I'm just letting people that are going to vote red, so that way they can know, hey, this is the individual that you want to put on there, especially. And I'm gonna say it like this: if you're wanting to see one of us in the presidential elections, to see us running as president, at least make it red.
Yep.
At least, because remember this. The founding individuals that created this was built on a republic, not a democracy. And it is actually for the people, in which if you look at Trump is legitimately for the people and for our stability, to where the other individual is for the corporation that's been keeping us where we've been in this position for the longest, because it's run by said corporations. The people really need to
understand the deep state.
Wake up. Right, and Washington, D.C. is Washington's District of Columbia. D.C. isn't even a part of the actual United States of America.
You're right.
That's what y'all need to pay attention to and look at. Get off of get out of your daydream and like pay attention, people. This is why our people have been caught up so much, because we're so worried about, well, they don't look like us. Well, let me look at what this is, how this is operating, what happened at this time, and how we got commenced into a couple of other things too. Because when we look at the etymology of a couple of stuff when it comes to us, we're not that. We are something completely different. But we're taking on what they had implemented so that way they can gain rule. And the corporations have been ruling for a long time now. That's why they say your merchants and commerce is king. But not to roll off on that tangent, but yeah, y'all really need to, if you're gonna be voting, vote red. Because if you vote blue, you're gonna be screwed. And LBJ said it a long time ago. I'ma have them Negroes voting Democrat for the longest, and we know who LBJ is. If you don't know who's going to be Johnson, if you might want to go look him up.
Yeah, go look him up. And while you at it, you want to know something interesting? Look up Grover Cleveland.
Yep.
Grover Cleveland was the last president that had a term, lost an election, came back that next election season, and won it back. And I'll be damned if history ain't about to repeat itself. But I have been calling this shit for 2 years. I've been calling this shit. I bet you I can find that post I put on Facebook about 2 years ago where I said, y'all need to damn read about Grover Cleveland, because Donald Trump can do the same shit that Grover Cleveland did.
Yep. And for the people that be trying to play that race-based crap, you really need to separate that, because when it comes to your business, finances, and other stuff like that, the only color that matters is green.
Yep. And they always try to make like abortion a major issue, but the amount of people that actually affects is very small, other than the fact that black babies are the most murdered by abortion than anybody else. Excuse me, unalived. Excuse me,
man, we're
unalived
not
than anybody else. Yeah, I got you, but even on YouTube, you gotta be careful with that. You gotta be careful not to say. You gotta say grape. You gotta say unalived. Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Well, for
gotta find out about these strikes we getting. I gotta find out about these strikes we getting. Oh, excuse us, people. We letting you into a little conversation that we have amongst ourselves. But hey, we've been getting some strikes, some copyright strikes. We gotta figure that shit out. But yeah, man, like they don't realize like a lot of people don't do any research to the point they don't understand that Democrats are the original party of slavery.
Yep.
And I mean, Abraham Lincoln was a Republican. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, the Republican Party was the first party that actually accepted black people into positions of leadership when it came to like senators and Republicans and shit. I mean, senators and congressmen and shit.
That is true. And that's what a lot of individuals are missing is that piece of history.
They won't read, man. They won't freaking read, man. They don't
No,
read. They don't think.
You know what they like doing? They like paying attention to those distractions and the other stuff of that major amount of debauchery. They'd rather pay attention to that than actually educate themselves and be
Exactly.
empowered so that way they can make moves within their life versus playing the victim role. Because we still hear to this day that, you know, the white key man this, the white key man that. I'm like, man, I ain't trying to hear none of that stuff. You are keeping yourself in that position as to where you are. They ain't doing nothing.
Right.
If you don't have the mental capacity in order to educate yourself and then move forward so that way you're putting yourself within a better position, that's on you. Ain't nobody keeping you down. Ain't nobody keeping you back. Ain't nobody holding you back from anything. The only person that's holding you back is you. Period. I cannot blame I can't blame another person in regards to my situation as to what I'm doing because I can easily utilize AI. I can go to libraries. I can do a multitude of different things to educate myself, get the proper know-how tools and anything else of what I need so that way I can advance myself forward. And if anything, they're going to look at that, take note of that, and then want to say, hey, would you like to do business? I see that you're operating differently from how these other individuals are. How do I know? Because it happens to me all the time. In the end, the only color that matters is green and your intellectual prowess, how you carry yourself. Literally.
That's the only thing
All that
matters
other
anyway.
mess is BS and just flat out excuses. I ain't trying to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Well, they also don't understand that y'all can talk all this stuff about abortion, try to make it a major issue, but everybody's not dealing with abortion every day. They dealing with these high gas prices. They dealing with them, to get overtaxed. They deal with the cost of food and everything, and the whole price gouging thing. They don't even understand that it's not so much that the stores are price gouging; it's that inflation has caused all the goods that they need to bring you what you need to go up.
Yep.
Gas going up, supplies up, housing prices up. The materials to build these houses is expensive. The gas to get the food to the grocery store expensive. The fertilizer and all the stuff the farmers use for their crops expensive, causing them to have to go up on how much they charge at these distributors for the food to go. And then, of course, the gas for the 18 wheelers and all that stuff. They don't understand. Ain't no price gouging going on at all.
I can say this too. Underneath this administration, there has been more strikes, more holdings. There's been a whole bunch of mess that's been going on underneath this administration.
You think it's been more strikes for real?
Yeah. Look at what.
All right, folks. We're gonna flip from crypto news. We're gonna talk about everything that's going on in this country. Yeah, you really think it's been like that?
Yeah,
the strikes.
I seriously think it's been like that with the strikes, people not wanting to do stuff and everything else. Like it's been underneath this administration that a bunch of stuff has been happening, and even in the midst of, I will touch upon the immigrants coming over and other stuff too. Look at what they're doing for the immigrants, dog, versus for their own people that's been here already.
Right.
Like that speaks volumes. Like
It
volumes.
does. It
So
really
for the
does.
fact where, and then not only that, underneath this administration, they allowed hardcore criminals from a prison system to be let in over here, and then those same criminals took over an area here in the United States, which is now allowing, say, gang members and other stuff to try to do their network over here.
Right.
Huh? Tourists underneath Trump, when when Trump was president, we ain't had none of that happen. He was wanting to set it up to where, you know what, we will be able to control the amount of people that are coming in so that way we can validate the good ones from exactly what happened now, because this is what he was wanting to keep from happening, and that's the reason why he was doing that. When
Right.
you actually look at it. Now we have it underneath this administration to where now we got basically criminals from overseas coming over here and extending their criminal empire on our soil and then giving other individuals money to build businesses, have houses, and do all this other stuff while leaving the people that been here working and doing everything else basically underneath the ground.
Right.
So that's why for me, while I'm telling people, if you wipe the BS out of your eyes, you take off the rose colored glasses and you get out your flipping emotions and you see reality for what it is, you will understand. And you won't continue to be voting for blue, which is allowing this stuff to happen to you. So if you want it, so if the people do want to turn around and blame the white man for doing this and that and everything else, he sure is wearing blue, he ain't wearing red. Because look at what you're going through now underneath that.
Man, I wish I could find this clip, dude. I wish I could find this clip I saw, bro, where there was this guy that was in the border. He's part of the border patrol. He's like an agent or something. He was talking to someone, and he basically said that they found out that Venezuela was letting people out of the jails and the asylums, and said, "Look, you can't stay here. Go to America." And they provide a way for them to get their ass to the border, so they can come over here. So all that shit you hear about Trump saying, they're releasing their worst people, and this, and they calling him a racist for saying stuff like that. He wasn't telling no lie. Matter of fact, watch. I got something for you right here. And they say he a fucking racist. Watch this shit right here, man. Let me set this stuff up. Let me set this up real quick. And I hope we don't get a daggum strike for this, man. But I've been trying to find out.
Just do this for the audio clip versus actually showing it, and we shouldn't get a strike.
All right, let's see if this goes. Let's see if this goes, man. I'm finna play it right now. Hold on 1 second. I need to get me another monitor. I have another monitor. I just ain't put it up yet.
How do you feel about the people that feel like Trump is racist?
So he's dated black women before, like the woman he always showed up with on the red carpet. I think she was one fine model right before his current wife. Yeah, let's see. I can remember one time I went on to a conference in New York, and some people I knew were there and saying, "Hey, let's go check out some of the clubs." I said, "Okay, I haven't been to it."
So basically, this man has been dating black women. You know what I'm saying? I think that's how I gotta stop and getting a copyright too. Is not letting it play all the way through.
Damn. So we go. So there's this tall white guy coming in, and all the brothers hanging around with him. But he doesn't have a bodyguard. He just walks in on his own. And he sits down and, he's glad-handed.
I mean, people fail to realize that if you go back to Trump when he was a Democrat, he was always out and about partying and shit. That man knew all the rappers. All the rappers.
That's true.
We talk Snoop, all them jokers, man. Hung out with him now.
Then in the animated conversation with everybody, who the hell is that? Oh, he's a billionaire we got around here. Dude named Trump.
Don't they look like Tupac right there?
That
look like there's a guy look like Tupac.
Trump Tower. Oh yeah, that's the dude that owns it. Oh,
check that. That ain't AI.
No, that's not
that ain't AI.
Ain't with the own.
Is that the Central Park 5, 6, 5? No,
boy.
That ain't that.
How you feel about the?
So this whole thing about him being a dagger, boy, I tell you, man, that just crazy to me.
They just trying to utilize that so that way they can say, well, he's one man, he this and that. Like, man, But
and I got something better for you. I got
about 3% in the betting market.
I might have something better for you. Hold on. You know how they say all right, check this out now. This right here is crazy too. It's crazy, dude. Now check this out.
And this is the guy they tell us is such a horrible person. What's your name?
Salami.
What?
Salami.
Oh, that's say it.
My name's Salami.
And do you know that where are your parents?
He don't seem too, like a horrible guy to me so far. What do y'all think, folks? Let's keep watching.
Where are your parents? Wow, congratulations. What a job. What a beautiful person you are. Thank you, honey. Come here.
No, I mean, of course, he's gonna kiss her on the cheek. That's all. It is what it. He goes in for another one. Watch. That's not creepy though. Cause watch. Here we go.
Hello.
With a
And
boy.
you love Wisconsin? Say yes.
Yes.
Now, he's supposed to look like Donald Trump, but he's actually much too good looking. You are really handsome.
Dude is just likable as hell, man. I mean, I used to hate Trump, dog. I used to hate this cat, man. Mess around listening to these jokers, man, on these damn newscasts. I used to watch CNN all the fucking time. I never was a goddamn MSNBC watcher. But I saw another short where it says it listed NPR, Fox News, CNN, MSNBC as the major like propaganda pushing ass dams, So NPR, of course, and Fox they pushing Republican propaganda. MSNBC and CNN push Democratic propaganda.
Yep.
However, you got Newsmax, you got Sky News, you got what's another one? I can't remember, but it's a couple of outlets out there that are not pushing propaganda. They pretty much in the center. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I digress.
Are you having a good time tonight?
No.
Where's your daddy? And your mommy, right? Do you want to go back? Do you want to go back to them, or do you want to stay with Donald Trump?
Trump.
Oh, that's cute.
And this is the guy they tell us.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, dude. It's crazy, dude.
Right. And
It's
look,
crazy,
you
dude.
don't see any children around Kamala, do you?
You don't see none of them.
No.
None at
You want to know
all.
why? You want to know why?
Because kids
And I'm
got
gonna take
discernment, dude.
I'm gonna take a shot at this because they'll probably be
Go
putting some.
ahead.
I ain't gonna lie. If
Go
that
ahead.
would have happened, ain't now one of them trying to be around her or do any of that mess, and they reject her instantly and say, "You're not gonna put me in a tub full of greens."
I'm trying to tell you. They probably would say
What
some
was
stuff
the
like that too.
dumbest thing you could have ever said to try to appeal to melanated folks? Really? 2 bags of greens in a bathtub. Where you gonna wash your ass? Like, come on,
I think
man.
what she was trying to do was she was trying to imitate what a black person would say or do if they were cooking a lot of greens for someone. And we do use a tub, but we don't use a bathtub. It's
Right.
one
I
of
mean,
them
I
damn,
get the
one of them aluminum stands, them stainless steel, them big aluminum damn tubs. You see the
Right.
church use that shit for like, church anniversary. And they got a lot of damn greens, or you got a big ass pot, and you do it like one of them big ass, restaurant size pots.
Now, if she would have said something along the lines of that, I would have understood more. But
Yeah,
she'd be like,
she
"Oh, a
said
tub or this
bathtub.
and that," and she didn't explain the type of tub. That was the other thing too, because when we hear the word tub nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
it's gravitates towards the bathtub, not your old school metal tubs that they used to have to stack stuff in, or when they were washing out of those, when they had a little wash what's that thing, the rollers and stuff, and you'd roll your clothes over it with the soap and other stuff
Yeah,
like that. Talking
yeah.
about those tubs, those are something they're called something different. That's what she screwed up at.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get in the context of what she was saying, but just like how everybody else was thinking, what do you mean a tub? Ain't none of us gonna wash it in a tub or nothing. Like, man, come on. Those were weak points. Because I don't know what. And then you're gonna turn around and have somebody talking in your ears through the earrings that you have, and you did it in
And
a
she keep
audio
wearing the
recording.
same earrings,
Earrings.
dude. The same earrings. This shit's crazy. That is, man. I'm like, come on, man. Watch this. I think I can find the clip too. It's a short. It's a short that has that with Kamala doing that shit with the with the dang earrings, man, getting caught and shit. Oh, I can't find it, man. Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
Did you put in one of our private chats?
I'm gonna get it, man. It's here. So, oh, this might be it right here. I think I just found this shit.
Yeah, 'cause she was
Maybe he's
deep
wearing
in,
earpiece, but nah.
I think I just found this shit. Hold on. This ain't but like 40 something seconds too.
That's right. Just play the audio though, like I said, and I think that's where we're getting the C right strikes.
You think so, man?
All of that, yeah, all of that right there, yeah. Now,
But
just
see, I seen other YouTube videos have that shit.
with the
It'd be
other
other
stuff,
YouTube. It'd be other YouTubers that be doing that. Be showing videos and shit. They ain't getting no strike. But you know what? I'll just you know what? Let me just play the audio. All right, listen to this. Listen to this right here.
until we can
Folks, it'd be better if you could hear
These are pretty interesting looking earrings.
It says, following the president's debate, the Maverick approach made a wild claim of X that she had earrings. It shows the earrings, Bluetooth enabled earrings, pearl earrings. They look a little different, but that's not what I was trying to find. I was trying to find where they actually filmed her. She was talking about something.
Yeah, she said, "Hold on a second."
And she said, "Hold on."
Because of her ear. Right. I remember seeing that. And then she took the earring out and continued her conversation laughing and stuff like that.
I'm gonna find this shit. We're gonna keep talking. I'm gonna find this shit, man. It's one of these damn shorts. It's one of these shorts, man.
I'm just like, this is not for catching too many L's. But people are so emotional based. And you know, here's the other thing that I noticed too, and I'm gonna just call it like it is, because you know I don't give a fuck about feelings. I'm fast over feelings every day. More people are so wrapped up in the emotional aspect of it versus actually logically thinking. And it's the ones that are controlled by their emotions that's wanting us to vote for that individual that's manipulating them based off of that emotion. Like that shit don't work. That's the same instance when they be trying to manipulate us, and it's like, man, that ain't gonna work. I don't know with that. You can buy. Nope.
Exactly.
It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work in the way of how you think it's gonna work. It's gonna work how I want it to, but not for you. We through with that. You cannot get past that emotional barrier. So,
man, they better be glad I can't find this clip, dog. Oh, if I could find this clip. Dang it, man. And I'm just mucking up my history now, just daggum looking for it now.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know, man. Oh my goodness. Oh, but let me I got something here. Oh, check this out. People be getting pissed off. They've been getting pissed off with what Obama tried to pretty much shame us into voting for Kamala, which is crazy.
When far-left activists tore down class, you can go from Ivy League to the ghetto.
So, friends, 64 days.
Oh, here's her different accents.
64 days.
She's even pulled out a little Latino heat in recent weeks, but I believe this may be the first time she's tried a Jamaican accent.
How do you know empathy, man? You know, for the suffering of other people. Have you no sense of purpose?
She's so authentic, so likable and confident. Of course, I jest. Now, Kamala has a man problem, and it's not just Doug and knock him out. Emhoff.
Says Kamala Harris' husband had an affair with the nanny in previous marriage.
No, he's not the only one causing her
Kamala Harris' husband, Doug Emhoff, forcefully slapped ex-girlfriend for flirting. This was October 2nd, 2024.
Headaches. But the fact
With another man in booze fuel assault after date to star-studded gala.
that so many American men, including black men,
Yes, all this stuff, man.
do not want to vote for her. Now, the reasons are numerous. They're real and valid reasons. But of course, the simplistic take is that these men must be sexist. Here is Barack Obama lecturing the brothers, as he calls them, on why they must
Here go this bull.
back Kamala.
We have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw. Now, I want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers.
He then went on to lecture them about why
So he went on to say some shit like, y'all using a lot of excuses to not vote for her because she's a woman. I'm like, how do you know what the fuck I'm thinking? Like, what the hell? Boy, I hope they got that. I hope they got that audio.
He's dealing with Big Mike, boy. If you don't go sit down somewhere, homie.
Dealing with what?
That's like how he gonna have the audacity to say something. He rolling with Big Mike, boy. If you don't go sit your ass down somewhere, dude. Bye.
Exactly. In that mansion in Martha's Vineyard.
they must pick Kamala and why any reluctance must be due to what sexist, misogynist monsters they are.
You start feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for it.
So you heard what he said?
Nah, that cut out for me.
Okay, check. I'm gonna let you hear what he said again.
Here, that reluctance must be due to what
You're coming up with other alternatives and other
reluctance must be due to what sexist, misogynist monsters they are.
You start feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for it. And so now you're thinking about even supporting somebody who has a history of you.
I don't know what's with the audio, but it's like trailing out.
Can you hear that?
No, I couldn't hear the last part. It's like the audio kept trailing out.
Well, hey, I'm just bump this.
But
I'm
I know
gonna
that
dang
he
bump
said
the bump
something
bump
about-
this. I don't care about a strike. Let's go. Let's go. Fuck this right now. No, not mini player. What the hell is this thing doing? Theater mode. There we go. Listen to what this dude say. If you can hear this now.
Or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, who he's
Okay,
talking about?
he's
Kamala,
basically
'cause
saying
he's
black.
the one that
No,
been
he's
watching
saying
us up.
he said as black men. Listen to it again.
That seems to be more pronounced with the brothers.
He then went on to lecture them about why they must pick Kamala and why any reluctance must be due to what sexist, misogynist monsters they are.
You just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for it. And so now you're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you because you think that's a sign of strength, because that's what being a man is. Put the women down.
But just fuck off. That ain't gonna
Now
work.
that little rant and
You see it? You see that? Like this cat
Yeah,
sit
I
here
see
and
what he does
demeaning
do.
and like talking down on us for having a brain,
Yep. That's basically what it is. Because they
shaming
want
us,
to
talking
expect
about
us
that
to
we
think for
don't want to
ourselves.
vote for her because she's a freaking woman. No, I would vote for Tulsi Gabbard. She's a woman of color. She's half white. She's half Samoan. I would vote for her. And even though I don't agree with a lot of shit they did, I vote for Michelle Obama over goddamn Kamala Harris. If I'm gonna vote for a black woman, It's several of them that work in Congress that I would vote for.
But you mean a biological one, right?
A biological woman, yes.
Okay, there we go. Let's just.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. I still got to see the proof. I understand that there's some pictures out there, but right now, as we speak, there is someone that is doing. Candace Owens done jumped on this too. She jumped on Kamala Harris's family because she went after she went after Miss Jackson, Miss Janet Jackson, and Candace don't play about Janet Jackson. I don't know what it is about Janet Jackson. Candace don't play. So Candace went after, man, look here. If we could go and take time to do that, boy, I tell you, if we had time to look at the fact, all the evidence that they have been getting together about Kamala Harris's family, like Candace Owens is doing some Pulitzer Prize stuff. You hear me?
I know
Pulitzer Prize stuff. I'm talking like, like she done found out that the black woman that Kamala Harris took a picture with, saying that that's her Grandma Beryl.
That's not her grandma.
That's not Grandma Beryl. That's the help.
That's right.
That was the daggone maid in the house she grew up in. Like,
grandfather,
listen to some of this stuff,
so
man.
alarming that we can officially close the $1,000 bounty because she's earned it. I mean, she's going to receive the full 1K.
I mean, we're not gonna listen to all of this, but listen to some of this stuff. And folks, I wish I could show you this stuff, man. I got to find out why the hell we getting these strikes. I want to show you all this stuff, but just listen to it for now.
Okay. Because this is now getting dark and twisted, and my suspicions about Kamala Harris potentially pretending that the help was her family maybe have been confirmed. I'm going to let you guys judge. Don't want to get way ahead of myself, but do not go away, and welcome back to Candace.
Hey guys.
So yeah, this is actually audio of Melanie. It's actually Melanie off script. She got a new one she didn't came out with, and still got 32.2 thousand subscribers on a new podcast that a new channel she just started. It must be nice having all them people that want to obey you as far as following you. I got 5,000 people on my TikTok, and I got 300 on my damn backup page. Like, how you figure that? All y'all got to do is just go follow and click. God dang, but y'all won't do that though. But it is what it is, man. So here we go. Listen to this.
So this is Melanie off script. This isn't my main channel, but on my into Kamala Harris's family history in Jamaica.
Here we go.
Here, I mean, I'm just shaking. So look, if you're just jumping into this, you got to stop and you got to go back 2 episodes and play catch up, episode 70 and episode 71, because we're not going to do too much recapping here.
So this is Candace Owens from her YouTube channel, spilling the beans of all the research. Now, this woman, this woman has talked to a lady that lived in the same town as Kamala Harris's grandma and knew Kamala Harris's grandma personally. She also got in touch with, or she found out about her daddy, Kamala Harris's daddy. She found out records. I mean, she's going through all this stuff, birth certificates, everything. She has confirmed every step of the way, and it is not good.
I want to jump right into this. Basically, someone came for Janet Jackson, and I answered the door. It was a discrepancy that was in Kamala's book, a woman that she said was her grandmother named Beryl, a picture of her and her grandmother.
Now I can show it now. I can show a still frame. So people, this is what she's basically talking about right here. This is right here. This person here is who she's saying is her grandmother. Grandmother Beryl in Jamaica, okay? That's what they're saying.
Beryl, here it is, visiting my paternal grandmother Beryl in Jamaica. And then I did just a brief search online and found out that Beryl allegedly died 4 years before Kamala was born. So that's a major.
Well, dang.
You hear that? Died 4 years before Kamala Harris was born. Continuing.
red flag.
Do I now?
I said, that says a lot about that motherfucker, man.
Hey, it goes deeper, dog. Just listen.
Then I had a little bit of a gut instinct. The photos that were being presented of Kamala and her grandparents, great-grandmother and Beryl, I just felt that the women, or the woman, because I think they look remarkably alike, I just feel that maybe this woman was the help.
I'm going to show this too. This is who she's talking about right here. This is who she's talking about. They look alike. Maybe that's the grandmama and maybe that's the great grandmama, but they look alike.
I'm not saying that because she's black. I'm not racist against black people. I am black. I'm saying this because there's just a lack of emotion there. Like, I don't know if it's just my
And she's saying that whenever, like, the picture that she took, which y'all saw, what's that? Where is that? 354. So this picture that I put up, right? If you take a look at it, which I wish I could go back to it, I cannot find it. Okay. Well, basically, what she's trying to point out is there's no affection in that picture. It's like they're just standing next to each other. You see Kamala smiling, and then you see the other lady just standing there like, why is my boss's daughter taking a picture with me? That's how it looks.
grandparents, but when they're with you, they're like super cuddly and cute. And this woman's just kind of very serious each time that she's being featured here. So anyways, what happened was we saw.
But outside of that, I will say there are some grandparents, especially depending on the culture, who are kind of like that, very stern, very stoic.
Yes.
Stoicism, will be kind of, this comes from Iris yesterday.
I'm fast forwarding it, folks. I'm
trying to convince people of this. They had
spelled differently in the birth certificate, right?
All right. So what she's showing now, hold on.
Kamala Harris's family, that's where they come from. They had over 1,000 slaves, and of course,
You heard that? Kamala Harris's family had over 1,000 slaves in Jamaica.
Of course, there will be domestic servants taking care of the children, or domestic slaves taking care of the children.
First, Beryl's birth certificate, and then my instinct got a little bit stronger because her name was spelled differently in the birth certificate.
Okay, I'm gonna show y'all this. What she's talking about, if I'm not mistaken, is that you really can't see it, but there is, let me see where's Beryl at. So you have Beril is spelled different than the Beryl in other documents. So that's what they're talking about.
Right. So you see that it says Beryl spelled Beril, Magdalene. And we know for a fact, by the way, so people that are submitting other birth certificates, this is definitively the correct birth certificate because it says Iris Finnegan. And we know based on Kamala and Kamala's father, Donald J. Harris, that Iris Finnegan is the mother.
Okay, she's explaining it.
Of Beryl. And then we see that her name changes, the spelling of her name changes, rather, by the time that we looked at her marriage certificate. Suddenly you can see that the marriage certificate has her name being spelled with a Y. Now that to me signaled that maybe she.
Okay, so I got to show y'all this too. Show y'all this. Spell it with a Y down here. Beryl. Beryl. Beryl Finnegan. Says it right there.
She definitely is the help, and I'll tell you why. So my grandfather, before he passed away, maybe like 10 years before he passed away, I got kind of obsessed with trying to find all of these documents pertaining. If you couldn't read and write, you were in July of 1944, and I want to be clear. This woman could have potentially just been jumping. Now that to me signaled that maybe she definitely is the help, and I'll tell you why. So my grandfather, before he passed away, maybe like 10 years before he passed away, I got kind of obsessed with trying to find all of these documents pertaining. If you couldn't read and write, you were in July of 1944, and I want to be clear, this woman could have potentially just been
I don't know what's going
the
on.
help, maybe like on my scent. But I didn't want to be too convinced. Obviously,
I think Melanie,
and Lawford, maybe like
I
on
think Melanie was fast forwarding her.
Oh, okay.
my
That's right.
scent. But I didn't want to be too convinced. Obviously, I lean into the conspiracy mindset because we've been lied to so many times. But like I said, we did find that marriage certificate between Beryl and Lawford Newland, which was in July of 1944. And I want to be clear, guys, we know for a
I think I know how these jokers is doing it, man, showing other folks footage and damn reporting on it. Because this is not a live broadcast that Melanie's doing. She did a edited video.
Yeah.
So she probably cropped it when she added it to her software. That's probably what it was.
That's what I mean.
We might have to do some. We might have to do some tape show. We might have to do some tape shows. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was meaning by not showing all the extra stuff on there and just cropping out what we need to, so that way
it's hard to do that on the fly. I think you got to put it in a program. I think it's hard to do it on the fly.
a fact, this is the correct Beryl. So we're not confused here and looking for more documentation when it comes to the birth or the marriage, because the correct parents are listed. You can see Patrick Finnegan is listed. And so we know that Beryl's parents are Iris Finnegan and Patrick Finnegan. So that is the correct parent, the correct marriage certificate. But
so you see how she do her research, folks. She is really drummed down on this. Really drummed down on it.
we had no idea who Lawford Newland was. We had no idea that Beryl had allegedly been married after she birthed Donald Harris. That would be Kamala Harris's father. Thought that was like quite strange. She would have been 6 years old in 1944. Donald Harris was born in 1938. So this means that she got married to this guy, Lawford Newland, and she had a 6-year-old. So I thought that was quite strange. I couldn't find anything on Lawford Newland, but somebody on the team was able to determine that he arrived on a ship to New Orleans. He arrived in New Orleans, from Jamaica in May of 1943. So we're showing you here the ship manifest, and Lawford Newland is on the ship, and he is listed as, he's listed as a Negro. He's Black. It says his marital status is single. That would be correct, because this would have been a trip the year before he got married to Beryl. So quite strangely, he went to New Orleans, and then I guess he at some point had to have gone back just a year later to get married.
You know what I find strange here, and I don't think she mentions it on here. It says person in old country relationship, a wife. So essentially, this guy, if you're tracking, okay, so Kamala Harris's, father was supposed to be born in 1938, right? And he was born in 1938, but then there's no record of the father that they claim, actually marrying her. So, but that son was born. Then when that son was born, when he was 6 years old, then there is now a marriage record. So there's no marriage record between her grandmother and her grandfather, right? Even though they say that they were married. But then she has a child in 1938. When she gets married she gets married 6 years later, she has a 6-year-old son who is Kamala's father, right? Now, the man that she actually marries is this Lawford Newland, right? So he goes to America. They find that he went to America the year before he gets married to Kamala Harris's grandmother, okay? And then he returns that same year and then marries Kamala Harris's grandmother. But look here, he was supposed to be going to America single as an unmarried man, but look what it says, person in old country relationship, wife. I don't know if you can see that at the bottom. It says that he has a wife back home in Jamaica already. So how could he have a wife in Jamaica? He goes to the United States, then he comes back to goes back to Jamaica, then marries Kamala Harris's grandmother, who has a 6-year-old son already from a supposed first marriage. It's just Lawford Newland. People are trying to figure out where did he.
So, Wilma,
I said that math ain't mathing.
Yeah, that math is not mathing.
He come from. But I just saw that there. He already had a wife when he went back and married Beryl. Did he get a divorce really fast? And then none of these records are making sense.
We still have not been able to locate the relevant marriage certificate between Oscar Harris. Now that's, again, Kamala's dad's father is Oscar Harris. We cannot find that marriage between Kamala's grandfather and Beryl. So that's like a huge question.
That is a huge question mark. Maybe he had a baby mama. I don't know.
Question mark there, right? Like, where is that marriage certificate? If you guys find it, we're checking our emails, and we're obviously aware that there are a lot of different Beryls that are being born in Jamaica at different times. Some people are like, this could be the case of two Beryls, and they're sending us different birth certificates. Like I said, we know we have the correct birth certificate. We know we have the correct marriage certificate. We know for a fact that this Beryl did get married, and that Donald should have been 6 years old when she got married. So it begs the question, was this her second marriage? Did she have a child out of wedlock with Oscar Harris? Did she have Donald? And then did she get married? Because it lists her on her marriage certificate as a spinster, which means that she's not married, obviously. And then she gets married to Lawford Newland. And then at some point they would have had to divorce if she remarried and got married to Oscar. So she would have had to have gotten with him, had a child with him, married somebody else, divorced that somebody else, and then gotten back together with Oscar and gotten married. That's like a lot of movement. Again, we don't have any documentation, so we're not going to speculate. But Beryl in general, I'm not describing her as the dog that's not barking, okay? So some people were saying, well, I've seen on different websites that there was also a Beryl Harris that died in 1995, and maybe this could potentially be her. We've done the math on that. No, that woman would have been born in 1914. Like I said, we know for a fact Beryl was born. The birth certificates are probably the most relevant source because you obviously...
Y'all see how deep this rabbit hole goes? The rabbit hole deep as hell.
Wouldn't have a birth certificate written years later after the fact that your child was born. It says that Beryl was born in 1917. Then this gets crazy. I get an email. Actually, I got two emails, but this one in particular made me sit up straight in bed. Like, I'm not kidding. I was like about to fall asleep, and I just decided to check the email.
She froze. You know what? Hold on, man. I need to pay attention to Andre's live from Andre and Andrea Crossing Borders. Because he does stuff. I'm trying to see how in the world he does it. How does he show stuff without getting them strikes?
Yeah, just pay attention to how you operate.
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna go look his next live. I'm gonna pay attention to see how he does it.
Ask him, because if you email him and ask him how he does it, he'll respond to us because he responds to us in the group chat.
Yeah, I need to do that.
So just ask him that way, or ask traveling, or ask Ronan, because Ronan does it too.
You're right. Okay, moving on.
Box, and I set up just like this and started texting everyone. And I woke my husband up. I was like, you have to read this email. This is completely crazy. It came all the way from New Zealand. Shout out to New Zealand. I'll be on tour there soon, you guys. Get out there, buy some tickets, because we're going to talk about this now. That's the only thing I'm going to speak about in New Zealand. But I'm going to just read this email to you because it's just incredible. Kia Ora from New Zealand.
All right, so this is a lady that wrote her from New Zealand. I think that found someone that knows. Well, just listen to this.
New Zealand, Candace. My name is blank. And after your first podcast about the family of Kamala Harris yesterday, I went down the rabbit hole all day looking for photos of Beryl Finnegan Harris's brothers and sisters, as you asked. I was so intrigued and I wanted to take up your challenge. I could not find those photos, but I did come across a record that you might be interested in. I noticed on Kamala's birth certificate, you showed that her father, Donald Harris, was 26 at her birth in 1964, giving him a presumable birth year of 1938. That is correct. He was born in 1938. I'm just saying that as an aside. I came across the attached record of a 1-year-old child who died in 1940 in St. Anne's Parish. This infant's name was Donald Harris.
Did y'all hear that?
Yep.
The infant that died 2 years after the presumable birth year of Kamala Harris's daddy died, and his name was Donald Harris too.
You will notice the baby's father's name that is given was Albert Harris, and there's no mother mentioned. However, you'll be interested to notice that a person listed as present at the death of the child was none other than Beryl Harris. She has also signed the death record.
So a Beryl Harris was there when the child died.
What are the chances that Beryl had her own baby named Donald in 1938, and then was also in attendance of the passing of a baby named Donald Harris in 1940? Weird, right? And just to be clear, that we're going to show you that certificate because it would mean that there were 2 Donald Harris babies born that Beryl was around. One was hers and one, I don't know, guys. It's getting weird. I'm going to finish this email, then we're going to talk about it. I have looked for the infant's father, Albert Harris, and cannot find a lot about him. Albert's father name was Abraham Harris. I believe it is possible he was married to Violet Fearon on the 6th of March, 1935. No record of her passing, so why was she not at her child's death? But Beryl Harris was. Was this baby Beryl's or Violet's? If Donald Harris passed 1 year old, who is the man claiming to be Kamala's father? Oh my gosh, chill.
Exactly. Who is that
Chill.
dude?
Make it make sense.
Who is the dude claiming to be Kamala Harris's father?
I'll keep digging. Chills. I was like, what are you talking about? I opened this email so fast. It was crazy. And let me just show you the attachment. Chills. I'm freaking out. All over again. It's hitting me. It's a second wave here of what? So yes, you will see that listed here. This is a death certificate.
So I'm gonna show y'all the death certificate because, like I said, she has receipts. She ain't just reading stuff. This is a death certificate. There's Donald Harris right here, male, infant, 1 year old. Albert, son of Albert Harris, what's this, plainter, fever and cold, 1 month. That's what that says.
That is on the 29th of November, 1940, okay, in St. Anne Parish. That obviously is where her family is from. And yes, the child's name was Donald Harris. The child died before the child turned 2. So this would mean that it is plausible if this child was born in 1938, the exact same year that Donald J. Harris, Kamala's father, was born, okay? Can you pull it back up? I'm not done reading through this. Okay, so you have also, it says the certified cause of death is fever and a cold. And it's letting you know, it says the duration of the illness, so that this baby was sick for 1 month, rest in peace. And it does mention that that baby is the son of Albert.
And it also says right here, I'll show y'all this real quick. It also says right in the corner over here, this part here says Beryl present at the death. That's what it says. And it's spelled Beryl with B-E-R-R-I-L, I think. Yes, it's spelled B-E-R-R-I-L.
Harris, and just as this person speculates, it is signed by Beryl Harris, and it tells you, because you're supposed to include this, the signature of the person who was present at the death. And it says Beryl Harris, present at the death. And that is at Mount Moriah in St. Anne. Now, I want to be clear, there is no place to put the mother's name. So it's not like there's anything like strange here. I just think that if this is this Beryl's child, and this Beryl Harris was married to this Albert Harris, or together with this Albert Harris at some time, like that is the reason why it just says that present for the death. Like literally, who else would be present? If your child is dying less than 2 years old, okay, barely 2 years old, who would you allow to be there in your place? There's no mother on earth that wouldn't be next to their child. So it is very heavily suggested that Beryl Harris was there for the presence of her son, Donald Harris, dying. And that would put that approximate birth of that baby at 1938. Stop the press. Stop.
So it's a possibility that the man that is supposed to be Kamala's father died So she's basically claiming a man that is not the man that she says she is.
Yep.
Ain't that crazy?
Stop the press. Okay. So you can imagine me. Now you're me sitting up straight. Like, what is going on here? Like, actually, what do I know about Kamala's father? Like, this could be a coincidence. I'm sure. Yeah, I guess you could have like a lot of barrels that are giving birth to Donalds in the year 1938 in St. Anne Parish. Of course, like you have to consider every possibility here, but also consider that this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Okay. So then
So just to recap, because there's a lot of names and a lot of moving parts, right? So the man that is Kamala Harris's father, which is Donald J., it makes me want to say Donald J. Trump, but his name is Donald Harris, Kamala's father. Father Harris, Kamala's father, okay, was born in 1938 to a woman named Beryl, right? And then had his father. She was.
It almost seems like Kamala's team or whoever has been preparing her to be this puppet for years, because this shit like this takes months to cover up and try to fucking come up with. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So if that's the case, it seems like this has been planned for years, and they just said, fuck it. This lady here named Beryl got a Donald. This gonna be your daddy. And we need to link you to a black woman.
Yep.
That's a black woman they talking about named Beryl. But there's also a Beryl that's a white woman. Which one is it?
They had their child in 1938. He was born in 1938. But that child died 2 years later in 1940. So if Kamala Harris's father supposedly died in 1940, the man who bears the name of the same name and says that he's Kamala Harris's father died in 1940 as a 2-year-old. Who is the man that is claimed to be her father today? Who is this man? He couldn't possibly be her father based off.
What man?
When she said, "Who is this man?" I said, "Shaq." You damn right. Who is the man? I'm sorry, I could not help it.
Chef.
Based off of these records. Again, like there could be other things. Maybe in this small town in Jamaica, there's a bunch of people with the same name, the same exact name, the same exact ancestry, the same exact town, and having, and having this family lineage and be a part, but it makes no sense. No. So the man, essentially, this is showing that the man that is claiming to be Kamala Harris's father today is not Kamala Harris's father. At least if you look back at this ancestry, because the same man with that name, Donald J. Harris, who is her father today, that man died as a baby at 2 years old in 1940. So not only do we have a fake grandmother, we now have a fake father. This is groundbreaking. This is terrifying. This feels
like, seriously, if they end up proving all this shit, man, they need to give Candace Owens a Pulitzer all day. You got to get a Pulitzer for that.
Feels like Night of the Living Dead, like the Twilight Zone. Who are these people? Who is Kamala Harris? Where does she come from? Because none of this is adding up. So this is.
They also saying that she was mostly raised in Canada, and the neighborhood she lived in Canada was very high affluent. Even the neighborhood she talking about, bragging about in California, in Berkeley, she lived in Berkeley, dude. Freaking Berkeley, dude. And here we go. That man is in the room. Freaking Max Powers. What the business is, dude? You on mute, dog. You on mute, my nigga. Max. Anyway, guys, let's keep going while Max gets this together.
Showing that she lied about who her grandmother is, that the pictures are fake in her book, and that the man that she claims is her father is not her father, at least the name, it's
I'm trying
not
to get this
making
set
any
up.
sense.
Hold on.
That man died. So who is this man claiming to be Donald J. Harris? What?
Received a second email. Okay. Very interesting here. Very interesting here. And I'm just going to read the email. I'm just going to read the email and take you through this. What happens when I go through my info box? I tell you guys to message with deets. This email says, "Hi, Candace. See the death certificate below indicating that Beryl Christie was a domestic servant in 1936 when her infant daughter died." So there's another, and this person has written Beryl Christie and lost her daughter, and I'm going to pull it up here at the bottom of this email. She talks about like the birth dates. I'll get to that later. Let's put. Do you guys have a close up of this? Yeah. Okay. So you can see here it is Beryl Christie, and this would mean not only did Beryl Christie lose a child in 1940, but prior to that, Beryl Christie lost a daughter in 1936. Okay. Again, all we have here is Beryl Christie. We know that this is potentially the right Beryl. Again, there could be another Beryl Christie going around. I don't want to completely close the door on that, but it is interesting. And I'll tell you why this struck me as incredibly interesting, because when we spoke about the death certificate yesterday, right? And we spoke about this young death of a woman. She's particularly died, Beryl Christie, of fibroids related to a hysterectomy. So if there is a Beryl Christie that had back-to-back, had lost children in some regard, you could imagine that she might have been injured internally. This is a long time ago. You would imagine that the procedures, obviously, are not what they are today. And it is plausible that that woman died young of fibroids from a hysterectomy related to the fact that she had two troubling births, whatever it is, carrying children didn't work out for her. I just thought like, okay, but the big part about that second one is that we now know for a fact that there was a Beryl Christie that was in fact a domestic servant. Can you pull that back up again? Because I want to point that out so people can see this. The last one, the close up of it, if we can. You can see that she is listed as a domestic servant. That girl is listed as the daughter of Beryl Christie. You can see that in that where it says rank, profession, or occupation, daughter of Beryl Christie, domestic.
Hey, Sean.
Yo.
What's up? What's up, everybody? How everybody doing?
Max is in the building. He's in the building.
I ate the worst soul food I ever eaten in my life, and I fell asleep.
Oh, so is this story time? It's story time. Let's go. It's story time.
Okay. I can tell you, dude. Yo, this is the worst fucking soul food I ever eaten in my life, bro. Like, no cap, dog.
Okay, so what made it the worst?
None of you know how soul food's supposed to taste seasoned, bro?
Yeah,
like
so
everything, like it's like everything tastes. Nah, bro.
No
bruh,
seasoning.
Nah, bro. No,
Must have went to
at
Man
all,
Max.
dude. The sweet potato, the candy yams, bro.
Yeah,
was
tell me what was
literally-
on your plate. What was on your plate?
I ordered candy yams, macaroni and cheese. I ordered the jerk chicken and the curry chicken.
All
that shit they have
all
seasoning.
recipes that can be easily messed up if you don't know what the fuck you doing. And obviously they don't know what the fuck they doing.
They took and tips from Kamala.
The goddamn the bathtub curry greens. My grandma said, "Hell no, I ain't eating."
Somebody wash their ass in that damn tub, and you washing greens in the same tub. You dirty. The hell wrong with you?
I'm getting tired of these non-black, culturally non-black motherfuckers claiming that they're black, bro. Like for real, though. I'm getting tired of this shit.
I know, man. I know that.
I'm like, bro. After what happened with us in the 90s, what happened to black folks in the 90s, bro? After the 90s, the high abortion rates, bruh. On some real, about half of black folks nowadays, bruh, about half of us, about 20 million are actually real black folks. The rest of them are motherfuckers who just the government just basically listed that, you know what, you look black, so you black. So
So you
yeah,
saying we got
man.
some perpetrators out there? We got some blacks passing white, whites passing for
Dude,
black.
one thing I give credit where it's due. It's like regardless is I give like my example, Michael Moore, he's a film director, right? And he is a progressive. But the things that he did, I actually agree with, and it was just honest film, honest documentary, political documentary, and it's telling you some truths that actually what happened while a lot of people got screwed, right? And Candace Owens is showing all of this, doing actually some real investigative journalism. I don't understand how.
That was what we was just doing, bro.
I don't understand how mainstream media has not picked up Candace Owens, like this
I don't know either, man.
story as big as it is, because I'm gonna be real. It's pretty damning, bro. Like,
It's very damning. Like
you
it's almost criminally damning.
And you got people on TikTok is like, well, we can't trust her because of political ideology. I'm just like, man,
Candace is an independent.
every person, every president, this happens with every single president. They will do deep
background checks and stuff and looking at all the relatives and all that other stuff. I bet you it's super deep. Like,
well, it's not that. It's not just only that, but it is given where you come from credit. Everywhere you came from credit. You feel me? So, like, example, the elementary school. Well, the elementary school the vice president went to. That corner store you used to go to. They have a picture of you at the corner store. Yeah, he's come here all the time. Like, it's basically is giving credit where it's due, and also doing a rundown of who this person is. And Kamala Harris, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Like,
it's almost like she a body snatcher.
Dog is no. It's like
she could be an alien.
It's like they inserting a motherfucker and trying to make them. They doing the blackified of a political. They did the same thing to Obama, because let's just be real. Obama, he's fucking corny. Obama corny as fuck.
Yep, he's an implant. I'll say it again. He's an implant.
You think he's an implant too?
Man, the moment that he was put in, look at how passive everybody got, dog, and they did the same stuff that they normally would do underneath that guy, because everybody was in an uproar. Things were changing for us.
It was very emotionally charged election.
Boom.
Emotionally charged. And from what I've heard lately, allegedly that they had a transgender maid or a nanny. No, nanny. That's the most up-to-date news about the Obamas. They had a transgender nanny.
Man, Obama was never raised.
Obama like men.
Obama was never raised around black people.
Allegedly.
He was not. The only time what?
No, I'm saying allegedly that.
Yeah, you better say allegedly.
He allegedly likes men. That's what they say, allegedly.
Yeah, well, he has some. I think he had in his book, "Words to My Father." I think he talked about homosexual experience and him smoking crack.
What, Obama?
Yeah.
God, dog, he smoked crack, dog.
Yeah, it's in his books. Words to my father.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah,
We're gonna
man,
get we gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back. Let's get some of this done here.
Oh, you can play
Again,
the
Cheryl Christie
video.
is supposed, that was the maiden
I can
name
play
of
what
her
video?
grandmother, taking on the name Christie.
No, I'm saying you yeah, you can play the video. Yeah, because Candace Owens ain't doing no she ain't doing no copyright. She's like, nah, you show the world. Candace Owens do not like Kamala.
I know she don't, and it's because Kamala supposedly when she went after Janet Jackson, that was it. I don't know what it is about Janet Jackson, but Candace don't play about Janet.
Well, she's a big fan of Janet Jackson.
Yeah,
she's a really big
fan. Very
you gotta realize this is she's like what, a couple of years older than me, right? Yeah, she's a couple of years older than me. So her being a big Janet Jackson fan is not far fetched. Like I bet it's like when I think she came with a fence of what was her name? David Beckham's wife.
Wow, because she was a fan of Spice Girls.
Yeah, you gotta remember this is
Candace don't play, man. When you go after somebody she like, she gonna get your ass.
Oh, she gonna go like, yo.
I used to didn't like Candace. I used to didn't like Candace Owens. I've started to have an affection for her now.
It was like I was telling one of our homies, man. I was just like, "Are you sure you don't like Candace because it was a miscontext or something?" I was just like, "Are you sure, bro?" Because man, I'm like, she's hard to not. It's hard to not like Candace if you could keep an open mind. You feel me? If you could kind of get out of your own, if you could get out of your own self, because Kansas, she said some shit I really disagreed with. I really disagreed with. Then how she broke it down, I was just like, because with the whole Trayvon Martin situation, right? And people like it's like people been going back and actually telling the truth in certain situations, right? It's like whenever he passed, so you know the whole Trayvon Martin picture, right? Hello?
I'm here, dude. I was just doing something. I'm here, man. Just keep going, bro.
Hello? My bad. My bad. I thought I lost signal on my phone. But yeah, it's like whenever you start looking back at certain stuff, like the whole Ferguson, the situation happened down there is Ferguson. I forgot the guy's name, Tim Brown, Brown or some shit like that. But
yeah, I forgot to.
There's always an effect afterwards, like how the George Floyd situation happened. There's always an effect, like so they call it the George Floyd effect, right? So after when the whole situation happened with George Floyd, 15,000 black men died because of the whole. It's called the George Floyd effect. So it wounds up. Police just quit doing their fucking jobs, and 15,000 black men tend to die afterwards. After that, it's weird. It's pretty weird.
That's weird as hell.
But y'all mind make this one last point?
Do what you do, man. You got the flow.
All right, so if you do a lot of these searches, like right. Well, like especially like example Obama, because he wasn't supposed to win his last election, but here we go. So if you look at everything, right? Um, what they tend to do is they tend to say, example, me right now, right? And I get unalived from a cop, right? And they want to use it as political gain. What they would do is they will go back and find a picture of me probably about 10 years younger than I was right now. Like, so they would try to find a picture back when I was like 24 years old. You feel me? And so what they do is they try to youthify the victim of the matter.
And could you say that again? Could you say that again, please? Say it again now.
Youthified? Is that seeing the word? Yeah, youthified.
I don't know, man. Can
Like
we
they
get a
said.
fact check on that? Can we get a fact check on that, Dragon?
Well, just look at it. Trayvon Martin. They use a picture. They use a picture photo of him when he was like 12 to 13 years old, and he was 17.
That's right. You're right.
The brother had a full grown beard in the grill. Like, come on. He wasn't just no young buck out here. Like, and it was that Marine that Marine dude. It was a Marine in New York who choked out a homeless dude who was making threats on a subway, right? And he wasn't trying to get.
He already homeless. God dang.
Well, you can't just make goddamn. You can't be threatening people.
No,
you feel me?
Yeah,
so he used to do Michael Jackson impersonations when he was younger, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what the news did, they used a picture of him when he was younger, when he was doing Michael Jackson impersonations. But all actuality, he was an old man. The dude no longer he hasn't done Michael Jackson impersonations in 10 years. So yeah, so what they would do, they would do that. So it's programming you to think that, wow, a lot of young men are just really getting hurt, even though that, it's young. It's just to youthify the person to it's adding more to the manipulation, right?
Age regression.
Yeah, age regression. Thank you. I like youthify.
Coming up as they're asking me if I want to put that into like the Urban Dictionary. Now we're not supposed to do that.
Give it a couple of years and Webster will be in the damn dictionary. Remember, they made irregardless of fucking name. I meant a word. And they made conversate a word.
It's supposed to be conversation.
Get the fuck? Are you serious? Conversate?
Look at that, brother. It's supposed to be converse, but they didn't add it conversate to the freaking dictionary.
Yep.
Yeah.
I ain't playing.
I'd be surprised they don't add bad bitch to the dictionary soon.
Or baddie.
Baddie or something like that.
Baddie's probably already in Webster, dog.
It's already in there, bro.
Baddie's already in there?
Hold on, watch this.
I'm about to say Baddie's already in there. I'm done. I'm gone.
1934, a bad or wicked person, a villain, especially as character in a play, film, etc. of good intent, or the other term baddie. Like, what does the slang term baddie mean, such as a character in a play, film? Webster's World College Dictionary, 4th edition, slang, a bad or wicked person. Now,
they have not added the up to date modern definition of baddie, so we're free of that, man.
Yeah, now that's in the Urban Dictionary. That was updated as of May 7, 2022, which is a girl who is always slaying the game and always on fleek. Basically, a girl who is extremely put together and looks phenomenal even on her off days. But they tried to put it underneath, and you know who put that underneath there so that way they can get the understanding. It's like, what do they mean by always playing the game and always on fleek? Basically, a girl who's extremely put together and looks phenomenal even on her off days. Oh, okay. That's literally how it went. That's why I had to put that in there. You can't make this shit up.
Baddies don't look good on their off days. Baddies take all
No,
that
they
damn
don't
makeup
look good
off.
on their off days. They look like something that crawled up from underneath the abyss that they need to be thrown right back with a harpoon stuck in the forehead. Got this shit fucked
They
up.
look like a
Fuck that.
shapeshifter.
Boy, I'm trying to tell you.
Them baddies is shapeshifters nowadays.
Yeah, because they making up a whole nother motherfucking appearance is what they doing. They don't look
Trying to tell
nothing
you.
like that. I'll show you my natural form. Ninja Turtle looking at it.
Exactly.
Bruh, I have seen some stuff
Over there
on,
having transformations looking like Super Saiyans and shit.
bruh.
I'm telling you, man, Super Saiyan Blue. These just out here looking like Super Saiyan Blue.
God, mascara. Yo, bro, like, yo, some of these, man,
Natural woman, that
so,
all natural.
bruh, one of my exes, bruh, I'm sorry, bruh, like, I'm like, I was just amazed of
I'll be right
how
back.
much makeup changed how she looked, bruh. Like, I'll be for real, bruh. Like, she used to go in that bathroom for like 30 minutes, bruh, and put on makeup, bruh, and like,
Yeah, that's how long it takes for them to shape shift. It takes them about a good 30 minutes for them to get the full on shape shift experience. And notice when you try to interact with them before, when they're in mid transformation, get out of here. Everything else because they're going through the changes, they're going
yeah.
through psychological and emotional changes as they're literally putting that on. So once they finish with their transformation and they transform into the other psychological entity of who they're portraying in regards to that beauty measurement at that time, because this has been done by psychoanalysis, it's become to be actual factual. Because if you notice the behavioral patterns, their actions, and other stuff when they don't have that makeup on, versus the behavioral patterns and the mentality of what they have when they have that makeup on, you see that it's actually two different, completely personalities. It's just both intertwining as one in between when they're like literally putting it on. But notice when they say that when they have their makeup on, they feel like a different person. There's this, there's that, everything outside of what they are within their natural state. So when they're putting that makeup on, they are literally psychologically and emotionally changing into that other entity which resides inside of them.
Witchcraft.
Yep.
Like I've been said before, makeup sorcery.
It's sorcery. It's a form of
Them
sorcery.
some becomes a shapeshifter.
What is it? Blush, foundation, what's that other stuff they gotta
There's so
put
much
on?
other stuff. I don't know. It's a lot of shit,
No,
dude.
man,
They use different coloring and foundation and shit. Sometimes they make their nose look thinner.
man, these
That's
females out here walking around like Mystique.
I'm
Shit.
telling you, shapeshifters, dog.
Like it's like it's that last well, the Marvel. Let me see. It was a Marvel TV show with Nick Fury in it with Samuel Jackson.
Some of these chicks out here looking like Morph.
Yeah, goddamn. I'm like, oh shit, where are you? Okay, my bad. It's the fact that a lot of the stuff that they're used now were meant for it was made for transgenders back in the days, and so a lot of the makeup they use now is something that
is drag queen. It's drag queen makeup.
yeah, it was drag queen makeup back in the day, and not because you can see back in the day how women had more of a natural, beautiful look. They were more natural. You know, they took care of themselves better. Like you can have some women out here, man. Shoot, body be banging. Shoot, open up them insides though. The damn toxic pit.
I'm trying to tell you. Or just they body be banging, but pH off like a mug.
Man, I'm not even just going on pH.
That chick don't drink shit but tea and soda.
Man, dude, I could tell you, like, as a person, I did a music festival hopping for a summer. And so I went to like I went to about like 20 music festivals at one summer. And one of the chicks who was like kind of in our group, she was a gorgeous looking chick. It was just the fact that she had a drug appetite, and her drug appetite consists of water, drugs, and every now and then food. And so I'm like, some of these females, bro, and she was very loose. We all smashed, bro.
Hey, some of these chicks don't eat. Period.
Like, nigga, we all smashed.
It ain't because they on drugs. It's because they broke it here.
No, like that's the reason why I don't. That's the reason why I don't date. I don't mess with females in the music entertainment.
Could you imagine how? Could you imagine how the box of a chick smelled, dog? All she do is eat Takis, drink Coca-Cola, tea, and eat Skittles.
That's a big woman. That's a big woman.
Even if they skinny, bro, that's just the thing.
That's a big woman. See, for me, I'm talking about. I'm even talking about. I'm talking about like she's damaged.
She always burning calories.
She's damaged. I don't want to have. I just have to say it's kind of like damaged goods. Kind of like it's like that shit had to take at least a toll on your body. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
Like because
that's them strippers, man. They at work drinking. They go home, they drinking. You ain't had shit but some Waffle House.
And so
your box smell like a goddamn orange peel.
And so it's like a chick. It's like how can I say this shit without being an asshole? It's like some of these chicks. I have watched. Like I have a lot of female friends. Like growing up, always
like an old dirty dish rag.
Growing up, always had a lot of female friends, right? And I like one thing about me is if I'm gonna have a female friend, you know what? She can be two things. She gonna have money or she gonna be fine. And I wasn't friends with a lot of bitches who had money, but a lot of my female friends were fine. So anyway, it's kind of a reason why I don't mess with females in the rave scene, and the fact that I never really had relationships with women in the rave scenes that I took seriously is that
they all giving it up.
They all giving it up. Don't matter how bad the female is, bruh. She eventually bound to gonna give it up, and she's like once she gives it up, she's giving up to everybody. She's at she's at the beginning of that journey, and so a lot of brothers
these chicks out here having championship chances,
dude. If these walks, bruh, I know females who got body counts that will make you and me, what all three of us put together, we still ain't matching up that bitch.
Oh, I bet.
Real talk. Like
they don't count the rave festival bodies. You don't count those.
No,
they wear a condom. They wear a condom. They don't count those either.
Bro, I have smashed more women who tried to get me to take the condom off more than women. No, I have smashed more women who have literally took the condom off me while we was fucking than women who asked me to put on a condom.
These dirty bitches.
Yeah, like, like
These
even
hoes ain't
women.
loyal. These hoes ain't loyal.
No, even women don't like, man, bruh, shit. You want to?
I
Man, I
know
remember
women. I know women don't like condoms, dude.
Dude, nigga, I remember smashing this, man. I didn't even know this chick was married, bruh. I didn't know she was married.
I know they be taking these championship chances out here in these streets, nigga. You know when you in
Like,
the championship, man, you playing football, you in the championship, dog. You take chances. They out here taking Super Bowl chances, nigga.
Bruh, her husband, actually, it was fucked up. But I drink with her husband, and so it used to be a bar. Used to be a bar down there on Claremont. We used to always go to. And man, we used to get a lot of tell out. We got a lot of tell out that bar, bro.
I thought you were saying you was in the Claremont.
No, not in the Claremont. Well, it was a bar. We used to be out. Damn,
You ain't talking about hole in the wall, is you? You can't be talking about hole in the wall. Hole in the wall on P Street.
No,
you are breaking up bad. You
right there.
You're breaking up bad, man. You're breaking up mighty bad, man. We had one viewer for like 2 seconds.
Am I still breaking up?
No, you're straight now. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, I was walking through the shit and all that. I'm in goddamn New York.
You always in damn New York.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. Well, yeah, so smashing this chick, and she used to take her wedding band off and shit whenever she said. So none of us knew that she was married.
Really?
And yeah, so long story short, I'm trying to make this short, and because anybody who knows me, they know who the hell I'm talking about.
You already have taken it longer than short, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm my bad. I'm done.
No, you good. You good. You good. It ain't like shoot, you good, man. Do what you do.
Oh, I like your setup.
Yeah, man. I went and got some RGBs, man, and put them around the whole freaking bottom of my damn. Went up the doors and stuff, man, and then I put a backlight on my TV. I did that today. So I was like, bump it. That's just whenever I feel like putting a background in there, because usually I'm just gonna have the curtain pulled, man. You know what I'm saying? But Alexa, turn on Family Room. Alexa, turn on Family Room. This bitch, boy, I tell you. Alexa, turn on Family Room. This bitch is really finna get it from me tonight. You hear me? When I get off this podcast, hey, I do not condone domestic violence, but it's not called domestic violence when you're beating up your freaking AI. Okay? Alexa, turn on Family Room. Now, what's crazy is I've been talking real nice to this chick all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Said thank you and everything. Now she over here ignoring me. Alexa, turn on Family Room. Oh, God. Alexa, turn on Plant Light. Alexa, turn on Plant Light. I am embarrassing myself. She must be unplugged. She can't be unplugged. Alexa. Alexa. Woo. Off the light. Yeah, Alexa is fucking tripping.
What?
I don't
know. Man, somebody.
I'm listening to you, huh?
Now I gotta go into the app. Now I gotta go into my app and find out what the heck's going on, because Alexa is tripping right now.
Ooh,
She's
somebody
really
smoking that gas, boy. God
Where at? Oh, over there.
damn, boy.
Over there.
Man. Yo, I'm literally.
Are you getting contact?
No, I'm standing in one area right now. It's like I walk forward, I can't smell it, but I can smell it stronger than motherfucker. I'm like, yo, where the hell? I was like, is this shit near me or something?
They puff passing over there, boy. What is going? Device is non-responsive. Why is that? You are tripping. Seriously? Wow. You gonna do me like this, Alexa? You gonna really do me like this, Alexa? Alexa tripping tonight, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with him, man. No, it's something going on. It's something going on with my lights for some reason. But anyway, yeah, man, had to get a little setup and stuff going. But we are going to, folks, we are going to go ahead and shift back to the rest of this mystery that's going on over here. Okay, let's get back to the mystery.
Well, I mean, her last name was Christie, or I believe she used that last name Christie, and then she was supposed to marry Kamala Harris's grandfather and take it on. But we've talked about that. But what's crazy is that this woman had a daughter who died 2 years before, who died in 1936. So this was 2 years before Kamala Harris's supposed grandfather was born, who then died in 1940. And that this woman is actually just a domestic servant. She's not actually part of Kamala Harris's family. She was a black woman who had been a domestic servant as a slave. So she was a black woman, but she had nothing to do, it seems, with Kamala Harris's bloodline. That who they're claiming as her bloodline was actually just a servant on the plantation, on the farm, to this wealthy family. But
wow.
That is not where Kamala Harris comes from, because it does not add up. None of this adds up to Kamala Harris and to her father. And particularly, is that man her father? If so, his name, he has that same name. He was supposedly died when he was 2 years old.
This is crazy, folks.
This is not just strange. This is terrifying.
Guys, I don't know, guys. Like I said, I'm trying to now, I'm putting in columns to sort through the various Beryl Christies that were born around this time. Like I said, you guys keep sending me stuff, but just to make sure you're filtering yourself. We know for a fact that Beryl Christie was born in 1917. We know for a fact that Beryl Christie got married in 1944. To Lawland Newford, whatever his name is, Lawford Newland, pardon. And so we don't need a bunch of documents speculating that it could be a different birth, because her parents are listed, and Kamala and her father have confirmed that her parents are Iris and Patrick Finnegan. Okay, so we know those are the people that we are looking for. Oddly enough, though, because a lot of people have been pointing out the fact that in her birth certificate, even though we know that's her mom, Iris, that's the mom's name, Iris Finnegan, it says Magdalene, and then suddenly converts to Christie. Well, I just wanted to point out to you, because that was a question we were getting a lot, was why would she take on Christie? In Donald Harris's piece, he writes explicitly that Miss Iris, so that's Kamala's great-grandmother, that her husband was known as Mr. Christie. So I'll read you that paragraph. It says, Miss Iris, mother of 8 children, I can't find 8 children, by the way, was the sweetest and gentlest person one could meet, but underneath it was a tough farming woman who ran the cane farm at Thatch Walk, jointly owned with her husband, Mr. Christie. So the reason she may have put Christie, using Christie as a middle name, is because that would mean that her father was being called Mr. Christie. Again, we're getting that directly from Donald J. Harris, who I'm now very interested in. Now very interested in this particular Donald J. Harris. Obviously, very easy way to debunk this, and maybe there really was just another Beryl Christie that happened to have a child named Donald in the same year from the same parish would be to just take a look at Kamala's father's birth certificate. And we can't find that. We quite literally cannot find that, and I find that to be very strange. People were writing to me saying, hey, it looks like this was purposefully removed, that his birth certificate was removed. And I would just like to find it because it would just kind of let me be at ease and know that there's nothing further to look at other than this child. Because
because the man that's claiming to be your father today, there is no birth certificate for him because again, the child, the Donald J. Harris that was born in 1938, as her father was supposed to be born, died in 1940. So the man that's claiming to be Donald J. Harris today, Kamala Harris's father, he also has no birth certificate that anyone can find. Who are these people? Where are they from? What is going on?
It's just a very, very strange thing. Okay, I also wanted to just go over everything we do know about Donald J. Harris because I was interested in him suddenly.
So I'm going to post the original below so you can finish listening to it. She also gets into how Kamala Harris's her actual birth certificate is an amended birth certificate. It is not the original birth certificate, and we cannot find her original birth certificate. It has been amended, and that is the only one that is available. And it says, I believe it could be amended 2 times. There's something mentioned about it, like this being the second time. So all of this added up, Kamala Harris's own birth certificate being amended. When you do that, you can change names that are on there. You can do different things. Questions have been asked and they need to be answered. Mainstream media is not going to pick this up unless enough noise is being made. But I don't care what side of the aisle you fall on. This is terrifying because who is Kamala Harris? Why are all these lies? Why has she lied so much? Why does she lie even in her book? Who is this man that's saying that he's her father? Where are the Black people in her family? Because this woman at Beryl that she claims is her grandmother that is now proven is not her grandmother because that woman is dead. This is the only person on her father's side that she included a picture of. We always see her with her Indian side of her family. Anybody Black has been like they married into the family recently, but you only see the Indian side, and she claims to be Black. Now, the only Black relative we can see is this grandmother who is now we know is not. And then the man is saying she's claiming as her father. Well, he died at 2 years old, and now her birth certificate is amended, and we don't know what names have changed. And then she comes from all of this. Most of her family on her father's side are Irish. They're Irish slave owners. They were Irish plantation owners and farmers. Where are all these extended family members? There were 8 children. Each of these people had all these brothers and sisters on her father's side. Where are all these aunts? Where are the uncles? Where is that family? You only see the Indian family. Even if they're distant and whatever, they would still be around. They would speak up. They would like, oh, this is my family. That she's the vice president of the United States. This is bizarre. Who is Kamala Harris? And where are all her relatives on her father's side, Black or white? We don't see any of them. So again, guys, I will post the original below. I will also post my first video I did on my main channel, Melanie King. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel. This is Melanie Off Script.
That ain't some crazy shit right there. Tell me that ain't some crazy shit. Man.
Yeah, that's pretty bonkers.
Bonkers as hell, man.
Hey guys, so this is
It's the same thing with Obama. Same thing. Like all these people Obama talked about, but can anybody say, have they ever seen a photo of Obama's mother?
It's been a while. I saw one.
Yeah, you see?
But I mean, come on. People have photo albums. How in the hell they not getting these pictures?
Exactly.
Yeah, because everybody know who the fuck Trump is. Everybody know who Trump's father was. Like, honestly, Obama a lot of people who fucked with Trump before Trump became Trump, they fucked with him because of his father.
Yep.
Like, as much as they try to play that racism bullshit, I'm like, bruh, Trump father messed with brother. Trump father, like they have a long history of fucking, like they fuck with us niggas. They have a long history of this shit.
I'll use that term. I'm not accepting that no more.
Um,
Us men, because that's gonna degrade us, and the actual ones that are classified as niggas is the ones that's causing the issues within certain portions of our society. So let's say dignified men, because that's who we are.
Well,
And that's what
it was derived from a term from the Ethiopian Empire, negas, and they sullied it. They sullied it and started calling us niggas.
No, I understand.
Man, fuck all y'all shit, man. Fuck what y'all talking about, dog. Y'all won't bring back goddamn Negro spiritual healing and shit. All right. I'm gonna reword it, goddammit. Trump, they come from a long line of fucking with us minorities. Check your asses. I hear Dragon, but
Hey, that
listen
wasn't
here,
me, man.
brother.
I'm
You can
continuing
call
to use
us
nigga.
king.
Hey, I'm finna
You
use
can
nigga. I
call
don't give a damn. Hey,
listen here,
I'm
brother.
gonna continue to use nigga. Like
Listen
I
here,
say,
brother.
I'm
Just
taking
call
this
us
shit back.
kings, brother.
I'm taking
We
this
ain't
shit back.
minorities. There ain't nothing little about us.
I'm
Nigga,
taking this
we
shit
are
If
back.
they
kings,
act like you call them a nigga if they act like it. I'm just saying, but we're not niggas because we don't act like them. That's all I was saying, bro.
Yeah, I'm fucking with you.
I feel you, dog.
I get you. I'm just saying.
I feel you, dog.
I was just sorry. I don't know why when you said what you said, I just imagined you had like a dashiki on, goddamn,
Boy, you stupid.
your glass, the frames made from recycled African plastic. They got a fitness medallion. I'm thinking of Raleigh Upper Boondocks.
See, now I'm gonna call you a nigga. This nigga said
He
recycle.
looking like
Well, you
Riley
something
on
else.
Boondocks, baby.
That's
Not
something
Riley
else.
on Boondocks.
But it's weird though, bro, because it's like that. It was like that with Obama.
It was the same.
Like it wasn't. No, their history was straight cold cut forward and shit. Like she keeps saying she grew up in a middle class background, but I'm like,
She keep having to say it, but they already proved that's a lie because she was in a good neighborhood in Canada where she spent most of her childhood. And then even when she did move here, she still was in Berkeley, dude. Berkeley.
yeah.
She was in a neighborhood called Westmoreland or something in I want to say it was either Quebec. It was in Quebec.
And it's just the fact that you want to hear something so funny, and I kind of thought about this shit.
We're
I've been thinking
listening.
about this. I've been thinking about this shit, right?
We're listening. We're listening.
So, back in 2020, there was an article that came out that said the shadow campaign, how black women saved democracy. Anybody remember that?
Vaguely.
This is back in 2020, right? So
Yeah, vaguely. I vaguely remember.
so and this is what I mean, and ladies, just hear me out. Max, love you, but this is what we mean, lack of accountability, because the fact that if Kamala Harris, like say when Kamala Harris lose, they're gonna blame black men.
Of course.
They're
That's
gonna blame
already the
black men.
plan. That's already the
But
plan.
And so, like, so they're gonna blame black men, saying, "Oh, they lost because of black men," yada yada yada. Even though it's about to be a flawless fucking victory.
Y'all didn't want a woman to win because y'all misogynistic and da 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 da. Nope, I vote for Tulsi.
Because it was because, and then it was the fact that all these illegal migrants were moving into literally black communities, and they were telling a lot of black men, "Don't believe your eyes." He was just like, "Bruh, it's a swamp of Migos at the Lowe's and Home Depot. What the fuck you talking about?"
Hey man, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Because you on that tangent. Do you think that them letting a lot of these illegal immigrants in, or just immigrants, period, you think they're trying to decrease the effect of the black vote? Saying since y'all want to, we're gonna get some more people in here voting.
Yep.
Well, so when 2020 happened, right? So Donald Trump, he was the I guess you would call it the nucleus of the callus or something like that. But he was the
word would be catalyst.
He was the he was a I guess you could say a wrench in the when you throw a wrench in some gears. It's a program that kept on going on. So it was a cycle. Then Donald Trump was an unexpected part of that cycle, but
Trump was a fucking ransom virus.
That's what I tell people. I was like, yo, what I need to really do is go back, look throughout his whole entire presidency. Like Donald Trump literally really exposed some shit that they weren't expecting him to expose. Like when Donald Trump started talking about foreign fucking aid, he was just like, yo. And he was like, it wasn't even like an interview or something. It was just something that just happened, right? So Donald Trump, he was just like, yo, like there's a lot of things we can't do because of the fact that we broke and get sending all this money for foreign aid. And he was just like, yo, we even send Russia money. He's like, yeah, we talking about these are enemies, but so why the hell are we still sending these people foreign aid? Why are we sending all these money to outside of the country? And so when you look at it, and it's a good research, Google, foreign aid, right? So we literally give Russia billions of dollars, bruh. And that was 2021.
You gotta be freaking kidding me. We giving Russia money now?
We've been giving Russia money.
I know we giving Ukraine money, but we giving Russia money.
No, I'm talking about before 2021.
Oh, of course.
Before
Afghanistan, we left some there. So they got all of that shit. They got all of them vehicles we left over there from the pullout that was done wrong. I mean, shoot, heck yeah. We probably left all kind of weapons in freaking Kuwait too.
No, hear me out, bro. I'm talking about actual foreign aid we send these countries, bro. And we send money damn near to every fucking country on this earth, bro.
That shit's crazy.
And my problem I have is, it's like, okay, it explains a lot. I could see why we have a lot of fucking homeless people. I could see why we have a lot of people living on the system.
I just don't understand why the hell they got to keep sending all this foreign aid. I don't understand.
They want global dominance. That's what it is. It's global dominance. It's like, you know how we're always in some country's fucking business?
Oh yeah. We in everybody's business.
It's like with the whole Israel and Palestine situation. There should not be no freaking protest about this because Palestine is not an ally. I feel bad for the people. Yes, I do. I feel sorry for the people. I feel that what's happening out there should not be happening. But also at the end of the same thing, if you attack my family on my property, I have the right to defend myself. And how I'm gonna defend myself, you know, you can't be mad if it looks like overkill.
Exactly.
Like, can you really be mad? Like, hey, yeah. Oh yeah, but hold on. What was that? Did that answer your question? What was your question again, dude?
I believe you did, man.
I don't know. I've been smoking a
I just
little bit.
let you freaking cook, dude. It's all good, man.
Yeah, man.
It's all good. But let's see what the heck they talking about in this one here too, man. This is the same subject as before. We about to wrap this up pretty soon too, man. Because I'm telling you, I'm getting real dry around this mug.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. I was
No, it's
like
all
today
good.
was.
It's all good, dog. It's all good.
Look, it's not her grandmother. It's a black woman she took a picture with. Well, that woman died supposedly 4 years before Kamala was even born, but yet she has a picture of her with her when Kamala was in her 20s. She took a picture with this woman, put it in her book and said it's her grandmother Beryl. And Candace, and I'm not going to go into all the details of all the parts. You're going to have to watch it to catch up to this. But just know it's explosive. I mean, we're talking about Donald J. Harris, who's supposed to be her father, was born in 1938. Well, records show he died in 1940. So who's the man that is supposed to be her father today? And then, we have been trying to investigate who is the woman Iris Cambridge that has been shown that we found that Candace found. And I'll show you that picture here. This is the woman on the right that is, I mean, they look almost identical. Like if you look at the nose, the smile, the lips, all of those things, I mean, the cheekbones, it looks very. So here's that woman here. Her name is Iris Cambridge, Iris Cambridge, and that was, that's her on the right, and that is Kamala's mother, supposed mother on the left. But as you can see, she looks very much like Kamala Harris, and her mother, she looks nothing like her mother. And we go into those details, but right here you can see they closely resemble each other. Now I'm going to get to the part in Candace's program where she actually goes into details on how we now know that the woman on the right that we found, Iris Cambridge, is actually related to Kamala Harris. So we now know for sure, it was suspected before, but it has now been confirmed that this woman is related to Kamala. And there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, Melanie Off Script. This is different than my.
Yeah, because she is definitely persuasion. You can tell she is straight up persuasion. I'm just saying.
Main channel, Melanie King. I am breaking down these videos on that main channel and this one. I will list below in the description box all the parts to this that I have done, as well as it will be the pinned comment at the top. And so now let's get into these details, and I'm going to add a.
I mean, I'm sorry. I know she wearing makeup, but god dog, boy. Melanie King and them lips, man. That mouth. Look at that mouth, man. Let me stop. Let's go.
A little bit more clarity to it as well.
Believe, and that is in fact a picture of the help, which would be wild. Absolutely wild. We can get somebody to, and I'm going to show you the extremely
cute nose having ass
black woman that we are shown a picture of. A picture that he claims he captured of Kamala sitting on Miss Iris's lap. Now I have received, and
y'all notice how cold that picture look? Like you got a baby in your lap. And she look like she having to take a shit. I'm just saying. I mean, look at it, dog. Dude. Look at this picture, man. Tell me she don't look like she taking a shit or something. Look.
Yeah.
You got a cute little baby on your lap. And first of all, if that's Kamala, too bad it ain't in color, because she look like she got a daggum overalls on. That'd be something that a boy would have on, but I guess it may be I don't know, strap little dress, who knows?
lap. Now I have received. And I'm wondering, and I'm sure you're wondering, could she be the Miss Iris that Donald refers to so affectionately throughout his piece? He claims in that piece, by the way, that Miss Iris's ancestry is unknown to him, right? He also claims that Iris that he mentions is his grandmother. So it would be Kamala's great-grandmother and not her grandmother, which I suspect she is. And I'm going to show you the extremely Black woman that we are shown a picture of. A picture that he claims he captured of Kamala sitting on Miss Iris's lap. Now, I have received, by the way, a note from a woman who is in her 70s who swears that she knew this family and that woman there worked for the family. As we worked to get in touch with her, she's a bit older. Trust me, I'm on it. I've reached out. I'm going to actually place a phone call later on today to try to see if she'll pick up her phone. She's easier to connect with that way to get to the bottom of whether or not she really does know this family. She claims that she worked for the family for so long, didn't want to leave, and that is in fact a picture of the help, which would be wild. Absolutely wild. We can get somebody to confirm that. What we do now know for a fact is that Iris Cambridge, so going back to, I'm going to have to start calling them like White Iris and Black Iris, like just because I think it's easier for you guys to know who I'm speaking about. So White Iris, who died in Broward County, we know for a fact now that she is related to Kamala Harris, and I'm going to tell you how we determine that fact. It is now undeniable. Because Kamala Harris was effectively handed the torch from Biden after they staged an effective coup back in August, CNN couldn't help themselves and immediately ran an article, instantly reminding the world that Kamala was Black. She's Jamaican. Instantly, let's blackify her immediately. Here's the article that they ran. And it essentially had a title about her Jamaican roots or whatever. And embedded in the article, it was a man named Sherman Harris. And he was speaking about his second cousin, Kamala. I'm just going to read this to you. It says 3.5 years ago, Sherman Harris gathered together a clutch of family and friends at his home on a hilltop here in rural Jamaica to watch his cousin step into history. As Kamala took the oath of office as vice president of the state, the room erupted in screams and tears, he recalled.
Oh yeah, what?
Oh shoot, my bad. Yo, hey, you might need to turn the volume down just a smidge because there's an echo.
Quote, even talking to you now, I feel some sort of tears from my eyes too. You know, Sherman Harris, 59, said in an interview with CNN. It's like tears of joy. So later throughout that article, he claimed that Oscar Harris, that would be Kamala's grandfather, Donald Harris's father, and his father, Newton Harris, were brothers. So that would make Kamala his second cousin. Okay. Now, if my theory is correct, that would mean that he knew White Iris very well, because we know that White Iris and Oscar Harris were married until death did him part, until he died. Well, guess what we found? That same cousin Sherman Harris, who was featured in that CNN piece just from August, crawling through Facebook, we found his Facebook page, and he posted a sweet tribute to his aunt Iris. White Iris was a Facebook posting of White Iris's obituary, and beneath that obituary posting, he wrote this tribute to her. There it is. You can see the third one down says Sherman Harris. Rip, Auntie. You're never forgotten. Lasting memories of shared episodes. That is the exact same Sherman Harris pictured in the CNN article. And again, this was posted under the obituary of the Iris Harris that died in Broward County. So this confirms that Iris, the White Iris, is indeed related to Kamala and Donald Harris. If Sherman is telling the truth, this would make Iris her grandmother officially. Kamala Harris must answer for this. She absolutely must answer this. You cannot be posting up pictures of you with a Black woman saying that it's your grandma, okay? You cannot do that. And then come to find out there was another woman who you look much more like, and we have all the evidence in the world that she is your true grandmother. That is just, it is too wild. It is just too out of pocket. We are going to
This shit is crazy, man.
need answers to that. Because if what Sherman Harris, who was interviewed by CNN, is saying is true, then there is no room here. There's no situation in which Black Beryl, this woman, is her legitimate grandmother. Okay?
And again, this Beryl, according to death records, died 4 years before Kamala was born. So we know Beryl cannot be her grandmother. And this woman who was in the picture, well, she's definitely not her grandmother. Because again, this woman will be a ghost. And you can see how old Kamala is in that picture. And it is believed that this woman and the great-grandmother that has been pictured are actually the help. And let me show you this about the cousin Sherman very quickly, and then we'll get back to this.
I'm not phased by what Donald Trump has to say. You know, her mother is an Indian, right? Her father is Jamaican. So she can't just turn that. She has it within her. This is Kamala Harris.
Notice what he said. Her mother is Indian and her father is Jamaican. And that somehow that means that she has black within her. That is a bizarre thing to say. He's not saying that the father is black. He's saying, after it says he's Jamaican, as though that's a race, that there's black within her. And let me show you this and why this is important. Kamala Harris's amended birth certificate from California. It says one of two, so we believe that it can be amended twice, but this is an amended birth certificate. It lists her mother as Caucasian. Okay? Lists her mother as not Asian, South Asian, or anything like that. Caucasian. And under race. And the father's race is listed as Jamaican. The same way this guy is saying his race is Jamaican. That's not a race. White people can be Jamaican. Chinese people can be Jamaican. Indian people can be Jamaican. Why was this? What was changed on the original birth certificate? Why is the mother listed as Caucasian, but she's not supposedly Caucasian? And the father's race is listed as Jamaican.
Right.
Something's not adding up. And this is the same Sherman that was saying R.I.P. to his auntie,
Jafakins.
Iris, the white woman that you saw the picture of. And there's no way that she can be Donald, the supposed Donald Harris's mother that is claiming to be her father today. They cannot be his mother because she would have got pregnant with him at 10 and had him at 11 years old. That doesn't make any sense. But we know for sure she is related to Kamala Harris. How? And that the father mentions her in this piece that he wrote. But no one's ever connected the dots. They just assumed it was a black woman. But come to find out, this Iris is white. How are these people connected? How is she related to them? Like, none of this, we know her black family most likely was the help because her family were rich plantation owners. They had 1,100 slaves, and they actually made $11 million selling those slaves. So they had a lot of help that was around, even after slavery. Right, because people would stay on as sharecroppers. The slaves would stay on because that's all they knew. That was like, they would stay and help the family and take wages, live on the property and all of that, and help raise the children and be domestic help at that point. And it is believed that Kamala Harris has been pretending that the help is actually her family, but now it's confirmed that it is a lie, and that this white woman, Iris, is actually part of her family. And again, this isn't about race. No one cares. It's the massive lies and cover-up and complete conspiracy behind this. What is Kamala Harris trying to hide?
Saying that it's your grandma, okay? You cannot do that. And then come to find out there was another woman who you look much more like. And we have all the evidence in the world that she is your true grandmother. That is just, it is too wild. It is just too out of pocket. We are going to need answers to that. Because if what Sherman Harris, who's interviewed by CNN, is saying is true, then there is no room here. There's no situation in which Black Beryl, this woman, is her legitimate grandmother. Okay? And by the way, I want to say, just keeping looking at this Beryl, she no way favors Donald Harris. Let's get a side-by-side of Beryl and Donald Harris. What are we even speaking about? If you put this together, how are you getting a barrel from this woman and Oscar Harris? I don't see it. Now, again, genes can be funny, but then when you put him next to our white Iris, I go, okay, look at little squinty eyes here. I could see a little bit of a similarity here. He does seem
But
to be.
even then, it may be a little similarity, but I'm sorry, she looks direct. Her and Kamala Harris look like almost identical. Like you could see that being Kamala Harris's face when she gets much older. Because there's a question: is this man even her father? Could this woman actually be her mother? It is just all very bizarre. Because again, this Donald Harris should not be alive. He died at 2. The one who was born to a black barrel, which we know now was never related to Kamala Harris, even through marriage records and all of these other things. His supposed father was married to her, to Iris, never married to a Beryl. Beryl was married to a different man. None of it is making any sense. Even his birth date does not make any sense. The man at his age today. So who is this? I'm going to leave it off here. She goes in to talk about Christopher Alves, who is supposed to be Iris's, the woman on the right, supposed to be her brother, and how she actually found kind of like a picture of him. It's black and white in the newspaper, and he appears to be white. And he also, when he died in 2020, in his obituary, he wanted people to know that he was a Freemason. And she goes in to talk about Freemasonry and how many world leaders and the dark history of Freemasonry. And, you talk about the Hollywood cabal and the powers that be and how they're tied to it. And it's very dark. But we also know the man is claiming to be her father is also a Marxist. So we now see Kamala has ties to Marxism and Freemasonry directly in her family. And something about that to me says that this is all connected. That this is some type of Manchurian candidate weirdness that has been uncovered, and we are just scratching the surface. It is. You know how diabolical you have to be to pretend like the help is your family, but then outside of that, how diabolical it is to actually plan this whole thing out to raise Kamala to be this Marxist Freemason vice president, potential president of the United States. It's really dark, bizarre, and quite honestly scary. That is the scariest part to me, not just the race. Again, nobody cares about her race, but it's the pretending that you're black. It's the family history that makes no sense, the hidden family members, the lying about this, the birth records, the death certificates, none of it matches. The amended birth certificates, all of it is very bizarre. And then the thing I say, where's all the white family members that are related to Kamala Harris? Have people been paid off? Is this some type of concerted plan? Because we know her brother was a Freemason. So we don't know. These questions are still being unearthed. Again, I will link all of the different parts below so that you guys can kind of catch up to the investigation, or if you haven't seen it all. But it is dark, it is scary, and this is groundbreaking. I've never seen anything like it. So make sure you subscribe to this channel as well as my main one, Melanie King, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.
Well, that was very interesting and very informative. What do you think?
I think it's very important.
Man, it's pretty damning, but the mainstream media pick it up. This will be the October surprise, but voting has already started.
Yep, I'm glad I voted already. But it is what it is. Well, fellas, I think it's been a nice night.
Sorry for coming here late.
It's all good, dog. It happens, man. It happens, bro.
But let you know,
it is, man.
I slept good.
I bet you did.
I slept like a brand new baby, boy. Then I woke up, didn't know where the hell I was at. But I sit back and think. Everybody have a good one.
Yes, sir.
That's how we ride. Real nigga till I die.
thank you everyone for watching and coming to the 3-Man Podcast. We will catch you guys on the next stream.
That's how we ride. Real nigga till I die. That's how we ride. Real nigga till I die. That's how we ride. Real nigga till I die. That's how we ride. I done been through it all. The truth, the lies. Lost a lot of friends. Gained a lot of foes. I swear I love these women, but I don't love these hoes. I done even had friends